Hello guys, welcome back. So in today's lesson we'll be talking about CSS colors. As we know that color is very important in human's life. The same thing is applied to web development. So color is one of the things that give an object or an element values by giving it more attractions and make it look more beautiful. So there are three common uh, color models that we have in CSS. Three commons. We have some other one, but they are not that common. But they are just three. So one of the three now we have we have the hexadecimals, the X, the HEX. So hexadecimal. Anytime you see a color code that is starting with hash, it means that it's a decimals. So let's just move straight to the practical aspect of this by giving our h1 assign our h1 color. This topic 2, let's give it a color. Last class we are using a selector to assign the HTML color, but in this class we'll be using class. So let's just give it a class of topic, or let's give it a class of heading. So let's save. Let's come back. So we are going to be using the hexadecimals. As I said, hexadecimals are those ones that start with hash. So let's just give it a try and see how it will look. Oh, okay. So when we want to assign, we are going to use a class to assign our CSS. So we are going to introduce a method which is what dot. So whenever we are using class to tell our CSS that okay, we are going to use class to assign CSS to this tag. So we are going to use this dot. It means okay, we are going to use this the class name. So what's the class name? It is heading. So you just return we open. So in this place we want to give you color again, like color. And this color now we are going to make use of the hexadecimal method, that is the model. So hexadecimal method always start with hash. We put our hash. Then let's start with black. I think black is 3 zeros. So now let's see how it will look on the something. Can you see we're having black? Automatically the browser will always choose it as black. So we can just give it a better method to be able to see how the hexadecimal will work on this web page. So now instead of giving it black, let's look for something more. Let's try to give it maybe red. So I think red should be this okay. Oh, okay, we have yellow. So let's see how it will look. Can you see now? So this is how to use hexadecimals to assign colors. And we assign decimal. And another ways of doing it is using the RGBA. The RGBA simply means we have red, then we have green, then we have blue. This just means our primary colors. It just our primary colors. So that's what it meant. So let's apply this to our something. So now we are going to do to assign this. Now we are going to do RGB, then we open it. So the way this thing works is that okay, in each of these row now we have, for this red there's the maximum value for it is 255. So if I put 255 here, I come here 255, come here 255, that's the maximum number. It will always give us what white, because we're able to see it. That's the maximum number for it. But for us to do this now, I have to reduce it. Let's assume okay, I don't want the thing to be too bright, because we know that red, then green and blues always add brightness to things, and the red to add brightness to things, but green always reduce the contrast. That's how it works. So let me just say okay, in this blue I want to have let me just put it 200. I don't want to do too much. The I don't want it to be too dull too. I want something more more attractive. So here I can just come here and put 90. So here now I can just look it here. I don't want something very good like that. I can just come here. If I put it 0, we have complete blue. But I'm not putting it 0. I want something more brighter. So I can just put 40. Now you see it on the web page, and you see more bright blue. So this is the ways of doing it. And let me just try to, okay, in this case I want it to be very dull. Very dull. Here I can just introduce 30. Can you see now? And it's not that bright. It has reduced it brightness a little bit. So that's how it's still blue, right? It's still blue, but it has reduced it a little bit. So that's how RGB works in CSS. So another method now, we have naming colors. This is the method that we introduced in the first series, whereby we are using it. Name is very common. It's very common, whereby we have our red, call it red, yes, call it red. Then we go back, we see red. So let's try to call it I think pink. In pink we have pink. So we have pink. Here too we have is it crimson? I love that color. It's one of my color. So we have it too. So and another method of doing this too, we have the HXL. What this one means that okay, we have hue, saturation, and let's just utilize it here. So if we're going to introduce HL, so we have hue, saturation, and lightness. This is how it works. It's just like the way we introduce a RGB, but this one works with percentage. So it's what with in this first one, you can just put 200. Saturations, I want the saturation not be too much. I can just put like 60%. Brightness now, I don't want it to be too light. Come here and put 20%. So let's see how it will go. Can you see? It's just the opposite of RGB. So if you just come here, can you see, I still getting something like blue, but because I increase the saturation, that's how it is. If I just try to make it more lighter, you see the huge increases, the brightness too also increases, but the saturation reduces. So that's how it works. Let's try to come here to pick some other color. See like this. So this is how it works. Come back on the screen, we see the effect. So now on our list too, we'll be talking about text decoration and text transformations. As I mentioned earlier in the first series, that one of the importance of CSS is that it reduces the amount of HTML that we are writing in our web page. So for instance, now instead of writing your text in capital letter or trying to find an icon to underline your something, so we are going to be using CSS to do all those ones. Let's start with text decorations. So if you have text decoration like this, text decorations, under text decorations we have dash, we have dotted, we have double, we have line through, we have none overline, we have solid, all these ones. So now we are going to be using, imagine that okay, you're having a text that you just want to underline, the text. Like our topic now today is just CSS colors. You want to underline the context now, you can just click okay, underline, come to the web page. You can see it is well underlined, and probably you don't want it to be underlined. Probably you want to mark it out, just like if you visit some websites, e-commerce websites, you see some text that whereby they underline the text, the price of the product. They underline and put another new beside it, just for people to see that okay, this is the former. This former. If you want to do that in CSS now, you can just come here and put okay, line through, line through like this. If you come on the web page, you can see it will be like it's cancel it. So this is the work of CSS. I say CSS is very important in web page, so it reduces the numbers of HTML we are writing. And in this tool we have over, probably want to put a line before the text, probably for a design or something. You can put overhead. So we have overhead. You can put overhead. And you see we have many text decorators like that. You can just play with it. Let me just put it in underline. Just put it underline then. So now we have text. Another method too, we have text transformations. It's very common when we are doing our text, when we are styling our text transformations. So probably we want our text to be in capital letter, we want the first one to be in capital letter, or just everything to be in small letter. You can just look at text transformation. So transformation, under the transformation you have capitalist. So the capitalist means okay, the first letter of each word to be in capital. So if I come here, but like, oh, what is the changes? Didn't see any changes, but there is a change there. Let me go back to my HTML and change some of the contents to small letter. Like this first T, let me change it to small t, and this one changes to small. So if I visit the web page now, we see that I see it will reload and still give us still give us bad okay, they are still in capital letter. So let's come back here. Instead of putting everything in capitalist, you might put it in capitalist. They probably want everything to be in small letter. We just put okay, lowercase. Then we have our lower case. Go back to the screen. Can you see everything is in small letter? Everything is in small letter. So now let's come here. Instead of small letter, we want everything to be in capital letters. So we can just do uppercase. So just switch for like that. Everything will be in capital letters. So that's how it works. So in text too, we have some other style that we can give to text, but in our next videos we'll be explaining some other. But before that, I think we need to explain some background colors, because you might be seeing that is very rampant on the web page, whereby you see a text whereby it is clipped with a background color. So in the next video we'll be explaining background color and how we can use it. So see you in the next video.